Hello.
Hello, we over here doing our fizzle for shizzle.
For shizzle. For
Yeah, for
shizzle.
shizzle. My glizzle.
Good evening,
Good evening
ladies.
for this happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day to all of you in heaven and
Fathers.
physical form too.
Yes.
So, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How's it? How's y'all Sunday going?
It was good. I think I spent the day obsessing about my father and posting about him. So but I said, let me chill out. I tried to do two posts that didn't work out. Like literally, the sound just went out, and I think my father was like, "Nah, it's like be easy. Like it's not that serious." So
Mhm.
whatever's rolling around out there, that's what he let me put out because all the other stuff wouldn't play. I deleted one that was put out and it was no sound. I'm like, what is going on here? Anyways, that was my day.
Cool, cool. I can dig it.
Oh yeah, and my
I can.
husband he cooked food for his sons, and they all came to eat, brought their kids and stuff. It was very sweet. Yeah, took a
Aw,
nap.
what do you cook?
Ribs, chicken, beans and rice, very delicious. Or I'm struggling with a sore throat. No matter what I'm
What?
taking, it's not helping. So I think it's allergies. But
Anything is the pollen coming from the male
yeah,
trees?
yeah, all those male trees out there because they didn't
Yeah,
want to let the women live, the female trees
yeah,
live. So
yeah. They
yeah,
cut down all the trees that bear fruit. Got us out here coughing up a storm from all the
I know,
the
right?
male spawning.
I was driving yesterday and I had the window open and cars passed by and all the dust and pollen just blew in my eye. I immediately had to take a nap when I got home. When I woke up, everything was in the corner of my eye. I was like, I was like in a rush to go to sleep. It was horrible.
Oh, that's whack.
How's your day though? I'm sorry. How
Oh
was your
no.
Sunday?
Oh, it was cool. Got me some nice rest. I've been catching up on rest lately, cause man. But I made a cheesecake, but it was like a carrot cake cheesecake. Like the bottom was like carrot cake and the top was like cheesecake, and it was sort of like swirled together just a little bit. And it came out
Hmm.
really good. I was surprised. That's the first time I ever did that. Just
It
been
sounds good.
experimenting lately. Yeah.
It sounds yummy.
Then I watched
Mm.
Assassin's Creed. That's a real good movie in case you want to see it.
I've seen it already.
You see
All
it?
of them.
Oh, I want to see it again.
All I watch is action movies. I don't watch anything else.
Yeah, those are the best movies. It's like I don't like watching any slave movies anymore.
Nah,
I want to see action movies. Don't no more trauma
action.
porn for me.
I don't even want to watch love stories. I don't care for that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I never like. It's like I watched Cinderella,
over
but I got more
sexualization.
excited. Yeah, I got more excited about La Femme Nikita, Point of No Return with Bridget Fonda, her character when she played an assassin. That stuff
Hmm.
excited me, not the freaking glass shoe type stuff.
Yeah, yeah. How's your weekend, Princess P?
Princess
Can you hear
P,
me?
how was your
Can
weekend?
you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, hi, happy Sunday. I'm glad you guys are doing amazing. I heard everything you said. I was just trying to figure out some technical difficulties.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. It's a beautiful day out here in Las Vegas.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's
Las
windy though.
Vegas.
Very,
What?
very windy
I
today.
bet. Does that feel good, being that it's so hot?
Uh
You get breeze under your
no.
armpits? No. Mm.
You said do I change outfits? What'd you say?
No, I said, do you get a breeze under your armpits? I love
You
wind.
do. You do. Okay.
Okay.
I will. You're so right. It's good to be positive. You do get a
Hmm.
breeze. You do
Okay.
get a breeze, especially if you're not used to it. Because a lot of people who don't come to Vegas often, or like they just come once a year for a wedding or whatnot, they're not used to the temperature. And if there
Oh,
is
okay.
no air coming through, some people get heat stroke, and pass out on the
Ay,
side of
I
ay,
the
bet.
ay.
street.
I
It's
bet.
hot,
I've
especially
been to
those
Vegas
who
before.
drink a lot, you know, in
Yeah, you're
100-degree
dehydrated
weather.
already. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I be
But
seeing
for
I used
me, you know, I'm working on some issues with the wind. A lot of my
Okay.
family laughs at me because I have like a little hate love relationship with the wind. It's
Okay.
not good for the garden. That's all I'll say.
Um,
It
okay.
is okay. It's good for. It's great. Let me take that back because people are like, "What oxygen?" No, it's amazing for the garden. But where I live, because it is 110 degrees in the summertime, and we do
Wow.
grow produce, we have
Mm-hmm.
to shade. If it's not shaded, the watermelons, the corn, the melons, the cilantro, everything will melt and wilt and burn, and all my hard work will
Okay.
just be over with in a day.
that
So
Okay.
what
happened to
happens when
me.
it's windy? The wind blows all the shade. It blows everything. Just hit, oh, all your hard work. Bye bye. We don't care. And
Okay.
it melts everything. And so it's like I can't win. I just sit there like, okay, wind, you won. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Okay.
man.
So it's a little challenging for me. I will say the wind.
Okay.
Oh.
Now I get it now. I'm sorry that's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, no, but
Okay.
it's better to have wind, like you said, for humans, but for plants, no,
For
no, no,
human.
no, not too much, not too
You
Hmm.
much.
don't want a
Because
dust bowl
today we have,
experience.
I don't know, I'm trying to not to watch too much the news. Sometimes it could be sad, but we got 50 miles per hour winds today. Actually, like it's a record history
Goodness.
today, just
Wow.
specifically. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's kind of
crazy.
fast. That's kind of fast.
Yeah.
50 miles per
Yes,
hour.
it
That's
is.
kind of fast. The
Yeah,
more
just a
the fastest I've ever experienced here in Vegas was 45 miles per hour. And
Wow.
that's
And
common, I guess. Vegas desert, it gets windy. We like a
mm-hmm.
bowl.
Yeah, the
And some
dust
cars
bowl.
will flip over on the road. You'll be
No
driving
way.
by and be like, what the heck happened? The wind blew it over.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
yikes.
You learn something new every day. I
Oh
only
Yeah.
did it
yeah.
once.
They
I
don't
I
talk
I
about that. All they
never
talk about is winning
no.
the money and gambling, drinking and getting married.
Okay.
No, there's some
Okay.
there's some things you gotta watch out for too. But there's amazing things in Las Vegas
I
that
bet.
people do
Yeah.
not talk about, which I hope to be able to share what we're working on here at Princess Peace Garden for the community.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
So
right.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, there's some amazing stuff here going on.
Good, good, good. So we are here at the Wine Fine Podcast, episode 35, spilling the tea with special
35.
guest, Princess
Yay!
P. Before we get into
Hi.
our series of questions and to learn more about Princess P's teas, Azima, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram as Azima the Only. That's Azima the Only. And you can find me on YouTube and Facebook as OZD Wellness and Fitness. That's OZIDI Wellness and Fitness. And where can we find you, Jovani?
Yeah, so you can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Camp JogoFit. That's KampJogofit. And love it, everyone. Thank you so much for continuing to subscribe and interact with our YouTube channel at the Wine Fine Podcast. And
Mm-hmm.
be sure to keep on subscribing. And Princess P, where can we find you?
Yes, you can find me online at princesspeasgarden.com. You can
Yay.
also find all of my other social media platforms that I'm on within that website as well, along with TikTok, Twitter, Google Plus, Telegram, and also we have just subscribed to this new podcast, this the stereo app. So I'm
Awesome.
Love it.
excited to be on this platform.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
So before we get into
Trying to
our
get more
series,
people on it.
indeed, yes.
Yeah, it's really cool. You guys introduced me to it. It was I hadn't had a subscription before you guys had it, but just listening to some of your past episodes, so intriguing. And I love both of you. You're beautiful. Your voices are amazing. But it's just
Oh,
the the,
thank
the
Oh,
you.
way that the platform is, it makes it really easy to listen
Mm-hmm.
in and so it is a really cool app that I hope to bring some people over. Hope to get them to
Okay,
download
excellent.
one more app on their phone.
Yeah, why not?
But when I think about that, there's a lot of apps that need to be deleted. Like if we talk about just make some
Plenty.
space. There's some old apps that we don't use. I don't know Snapchat. I
Yeah,
rarely, I rarely use Snapchat, but
I
I get
just
it.
signed up for Snapchat. That's about it. I never use Snapchat at all.
Really?
Never. I
Okay.
just
Listen,
signed
I
up
don't
for
want
it
to
and that's
bad
it.
mouth it. It's great for
No,
photos. I love
No,
it.
it's
I love
okay.
it.
No, no, I
no.
look. It just didn't pull me in
It's
or anything.
I don't know
Yeah,
how to maneuver it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
If you're not
confusing.
trying to take up too much more space, like if you're just trying to do, your business on the platforms that are really popular, I don't know if I would suggest Snapchat. It's just a little more outdated.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I don't
Okay.
So before
know.
before we get into our shows, getting our show, we got a couple comments here. Let's go ahead and grab those first. We got one from KG Positive Person
Hi.
SRS.
What's going on? Just sending some positive vibes like I always do. Hope y'all are doing well. Just coming in, showing some love, saying what's up. Hope you have a good rest of your show. Peace.
Thank you, KG.
Okay,
Take
thank you,
care.
KG. Yeah,
That was so nice.
it was. And we got one more from Carol.
Like that La Femme Nikita movie. That was cool.
It
Oh
was.
yeah, all of them just cast movies was just great.
I think there's like two versions, and they're both hot.
Yeah, I love them all. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. So
Okay.
yeah, so Princess P. So, what made you get into the herbal tea business?
So the story probably for me, like many people who today have started something new in their life, goes back prior
Hmm.
to the pandemic. Like,
Oh
if
wow.
it wasn't for the pandemic, I would not be here. I have to say, I'm grateful for that because prior to me starting this, I was working a 9 to 5. Actually, let me take that back. They was overworking me. I was probably working 10 hours, 6 days a week, in an
Hmm.
office, as a director for nonprofit organization helping those with intellectual disabilities. So I had already been in the field of kind of learning about the body, how it works through the mind and cognitive practices.
Hmm.
But after the pandemic, um, I had I was forced to be in a space of working on healing some inner wounds, some inner child
Hmm.
wounds, because I couldn't go back to work. I was one of those people whose uh, practices got shut down or was forced, the state had forced it to, so I had to stay home and wait and feel, like a lot of people. So during
Hmm.
that waiting process, it was hard for me because I was a workaholic. I was a work, and I had a schedule, so I was always busy. I was always It forced me to slow down and
Hmm.
really focus on what I wasn't paying attention to, and some inner child wounds came up, and those
Wow.
inner child wounds forced me to look at them like, hey, you have to pay attention to this. These are some things that you haven't addressed.
Hmm.
And in doing so, I started doing like some kind of therapy on myself. Like, what's going on? Like, do I need to find out, like, did something happen to me? Do I need to go to a hypnosis? Do I need to talk to my parents? Like, there's some things coming up that I'm not too familiar with on my end as an adult. So
Hmm.
come to find out, there were some things that took place when I was a child, like a baby, that I didn't know,
Hmm.
Hmm.
sexually, and they were
Wow.
coming up for me as triggers, and like flashes, like in my mind. I can't only
Hmm.
explain it like as if like it was like as if movies were playing and I couldn't understand like where would this coming from. It was literally my childhood was replaying something traumatic that happened to me and it needed me to deal with it. And when I asked my mother, she confirmed yes, some stuff had happened. So
Hmm.
that's kind of started the process with the tea. How did it start, you ask? Well,
Hmm.
it wasn't easy. It was kind of hard finding out that information. I had to go through what they call like shadow work and forgiving myself and not blaming myself for a lot of things. And I started drinking tea in the morning to get myself up because I didn't want to. I didn't want to get up. I almost like gave up on life. I didn't want to go forward. I felt horrible. I blamed my mom for lying and keeping things from me. I did not want to keep going. You know, I kind of went through a sad, depressing moment in my life. And my husband was there to give me tea every morning, every morning. And so I made that kind of like my routine. And then one day I opened up a book I had about affirmations and I started reading them. And the affirmations started making me feel good just within that minute, like just feel positive. And I decided to get up and comb my hair and brush my teeth. And then the next day I did the same thing. I drank tea and I said more affirmations. And then I decided to work on a project and, you know, start drawing because I'd like to do art. And then the next day I would get up and drink tea and say affirmations and have another inspiration. And just kept going like that until one day I had a dream to create a tea business that would help people get over, you know, depression or mental health issues that they might be struggling with and attach affirmations to it. And so I did. And I gave it to all of the people in my family to try. And they were like, we want 5 boxes.
That's so.
And that's kind of how it started in a nutshell. I try to, it's long, but that in the summary, that's how it began for me. I started sipping on my supply. And once
I
it
love
was a
it.
real it helped me to cure from my sadness and my depression and pull me out of it, I decided to share it with everyone else.
That's beautiful. Because I definitely keep. Indeed, because I know I definitely keep the little tags from the tea bags. Like I literally just pulled out one that would just work so well with what we are just hearing.
Really, what do you
Letting
mind
go,
sharing it?
yeah,
I
letting
got one.
go helps me grow.
And mine
Say
says,
that
"My
again.
dreams and vision guides me."
I'm sorry,
Yes,
you guys are both talking at the same time. Okay, so the first one was which one?
letting go helps me grow.
Letting go has, oh, I love that. Oh, that's my
Yes,
favorite. That's the best one for today. Okay, Azima, what
yes.
did you say yours was? What did you say yours was, Azima?
My dreams and visions guide me.
My dreams. I love, that's a
Also,
great one also too.
what's another
Yeah.
appropriate one that I have right here? The world will hear my voice.
Yes, that's my favorite one. That's one of my favorite throat chakra ones for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So since we're on the
Okay.
subject of chakras, what are chakras?
So yeah, that's a great topic. Um, I learned about chakras when I was studying about emotions. Emotions, you know, we feel happy, we feel sad, we feel angry. And sometimes
Yes.
we want to say, oh, I feel like I'm on an emotional roller coaster when we feel like we're going through a lot of emotions. Um, and what does the roller coaster do? It goes up and down. Sometimes it spins around in a circle. It's always moving. It's very energetic. So chakras can be they can be compared to emotions or the emotional wheel that therapists like to refer to whenever you're speaking to them and they're like, okay, this is the scale of where fear is or where happiness is. So chakras are energy centers located in the body. And these energy centers can move in certain directions, left or right. They can move fast or slow. They can not move at all and cause certain things to be backed up. If I were to give a picture to listeners, I would kind of say, think about when you see people go and get done chiropractic work or they get um, those little needles, acupuncture in their skin in
Mm,
certain areas because they're like,
love
oh, you know, I
acupuncture.
got shoulder pain or I got back pain or whatever. And they go and they get, well, those areas that they're being poked in, they're poking the chakras, they're poking the energy centers that govern them. So that way the energy can be released and can flow naturally and that pain can be relieved for that person. So
Oh
chakras are
yeah.
energy centers located all throughout the body. And if
Mm,
you have them moving in certain directions or not moving at all, it can determine the health of your your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual health.
Indeed,
Okay.
yeah. I know I like to do some deep breathing, and I like how when I inhale and exhale, I could feel like the certain chakras working and pulsing. I mean, it's such a beautiful feeling
Yes.
too when you could actually like really just hone in. And it's like, okay, here goes the root. Now I'm gonna inhale and come up to the sacral, then come up and go to the solar plexus, and then come up to the heart, then the throat,
Mm-hmm.
the third eye, and the crown. So yeah,
Yes.
that's just really beautiful. I love it. Do you
That's
have
yeah, that I
do
love
you
it.
have a favorite chakra that you like to work with?
I want to say yes and no because they're not like they're all beneficial. Like we need like all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will say that I have a favorite. I have one that is strongest. Like we all have a chakra that is strongest within us or needs more work.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm.
chakra for me that is strongest is my heart chakra. Hence the green hair and all the other green thumb and green stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which is associated with the color green, is associated with the heart. It's a very strong chakra for me because I am very empathic. I've gone through a lot of things in life that has allowed me to develop a strong heart. I have not had a silver or golden spoon
Mm-hmm.
growing up. So it's given me the ability to have the compassion that I have with
Mm.
everyone. And that's why I feel like it is my strongest chakra because my past has proven that I give jerks compassion. You know, some people say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't be so nice to that," but I understand. Like I understand
Mm-hmm.
why someone is being a jerk. I understand that they're projecting their anger or their frustration, and so that's why I feel like that is my strongest chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's funny that you mentioned that. I feel like I've been working more on that lately because
Mhm.
I've been experiencing, I've witnessed some jerky type movement
Mhm.
events, and
Yeah, yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else who and somebody
They'll
else will be
test
like, that's
you,
wrong,
right?
they did that. Yeah, they'll be like, that's wrong, they did that to you. And I'm like, you know what, here's what the deal is. And I'm seeing it from their side. I'm not just
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
seeing it from
yeah.
my side. So I'm like, yeah, I must be really like honing in on that. So
That's
Mm-hmm.
but
good. No, no, that's
I don't want to
it's
though. But
it's
Yeah,
not
I would
I
like to
don't
act like a
want
easy.
jerk
to, but
back.
it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
but if I want to get in this epiphany of to be free, yeah, I know I have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, no, it's very liberating. It is. It's not easy,
It
and
certainly
I
is.
don't think it came to me overnight. And to be quite honest, I didn't know that I had such a strong heart chakra. At one point, my heart chakra was overactive, and I was allowing myself to be taken advantage of because I was not
Mm-hmm.
setting boundaries and not seeing how people were using me. But once
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm,
did, I recognized how important it was to view the villain's story. Is kind of what I call it when you
Yes.
see the
I love the
villain
villain
story,
story.
when you look at the person who's a jerk, considered, but they're like a
yeah.
villain, look at
Mm-hmm.
why. Like, how did they become that
Mm-hmm.
villain? Because something
Mm-hmm.
happened to them when they were either younger, and you'll feel the compassion on and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry that that happened to you. You'll approach them a little differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easier to have boundaries with them because you know them.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
yeah,
I feel like I know you enough to know that you're gonna try to do this, and I already put up my wall and boundaries for you to not step over that. So I feel like when you don't know a person, whether they're
yeah.
good or bad, you don't know how they're gonna come at you. You don't know how they're going to try their tricks. But when you know them, you're like, okay, you know, I know this is what you do, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna deal with this. We'll talk later. You know?
Yeah, you use discernment, right? Yeah, yeah. You're
Yes.
like, mm-mm, not again. You're not gonna get me.
Mm-mm.
And that's so important to have boundaries because I think in society made it so like it's hard for us to say no, that we want to say
Yeah,
yes all the time. But man, that feels good when you learn to say no and not
Mm-hmm.
feel guilty about it. That's
Yeah.
so important. We all need to learn that. We have to
yes.
know where our cap is. We can't let
Mm-hmm.
people take advantage of us no matter what, even if they're family, friends,
Hmm.
nobody,
Mm-hmm.
because we
Hmm.
have to we can't pour into somebody else's cup if we're empty, you know?
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad you said that. I agree with you. I feel like it is a monetary gain that society has in creating a codependent mindset for people to where we
Hmm.
feel like we have to be there for our narcissistic mom or dad, or
Nah, no
we
thanks.
have to
Hmm.
do this, we have to do that, and even if they don't treat us with respect, and that's not how it works. We should be able to have open conversations about the things that we like and we don't like, and if that's not the case,
Hmm.
then we don't need to serve you. You're not like our master,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's yeah. Because I feel like Valentine's Day, a lot of the different holidays, they force people to say, okay, that's this person, or Mother's Day or Father's Day. Even like today, if you haven't had that conversation with your mom or dad and you haven't spoken to them for years, have that conversation, but don't just throw things on the rug and keep on buying them flowers and keep on making it seem like
Hmm.
nothing's wrong for Father's Day. And you need to do that, and just spending your money just so that you can
Hmm.
have that relationship still be there.
Yeah. That
I'm
makes a
sorry, I
lot of
didn't mean to go
sense.
into that direction,
Yeah, I'm
but
like
no,
thinking so
yeah, no,
hard
I
about
think
it.
it's so interesting that you said that
Yeah.
they do. Society gains financially.
Hmm.
Mm.
Fine. Yes, they certainly do. We had an episode where we were talking about those games, the design behind it. You know. So,
Yeah.
but I feel when you feel like you have to do these things, it's like it's cultural and it's purpose. There's purpose behind it, and it's for you to spend money.
Oh
You
yeah.
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
So,
And they make a lot of
mm,
money when our chakras are out of balance.
yes, they certainly do.
Girl,
They make a lot of money,
I
that is
was
real.
just having a conversation about this on Twitter yesterday
Uh-huh.
about the sacral chakra, because
Mhm.
I feel as though 80% of the population's sacral chakra, both men and women, is unbalanced. For
Oh
men, it's
yeah.
either overactive, and for women, it's either underactive. And they benefit from men being over sexually. They really,
Mhm.
Mm.
really do.
Mhm.
And they
And
really,
they
and you
benefit
know,
from women being opposite.
yeah.
Mm.
And it's crazy because, the society makes men think, oh, the more, snatch you have, the more cookies you have, the more that makes you a man. But they're not knowing that like drains their life force out of them. Like each time that you
Yes.
release, that's taking more of your fluid from your brain, like a piece of your brain and everything. And it's like, they do it so much, and then they end up starting to look older than what they are. They start graying early
Yes.
because there's like their body's
Yes.
deteriorating because they're thinking, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what makes me a man and everything, which no,
Mhm.
it doesn't. It's okay
Yeah.
for
Yes.
men to say no. So
Yes. You can say no too.
yeah, you
Yep.
could say
But be
no.
balanced.
You don't have to
Yes.
be me tooed.
No.
So
Right,
No.
right. They can say no to themselves. Like they can have discipline
Mhm.
and not react impulsively on their urges.
I was
yeah.
listening to this Tate guy. He was talking about how strong you get when you don't
Oh,
give
Andrew
give
Tate.
it up. Yeah. He's talking about the men who don't give it up the most, and they hold it in, they discipline themselves, they're beast. And I was like, that's
That
that's an
really is
interesting
true
concept.
because
I have no idea about that, but I just like, what, really? That's true.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
neither.
I believe
We all
that.
women,
I've
so we
seen
don't
that
we
before.
don't know, but that is interesting to see. Like, does holding back from releasing that liquid make them more confident or more attractive? I've heard of that. I've heard of that in certain studies that
mhm.
some men, when they do not release during like a special event like an interview or a game, they perform better.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, especially like
see?
the
Okay.
fighters. You know what? Like, think matter of fact, Rocky the movie. The trainer would say to Rocky, no women. Women make the legs weak and everything. And
Ah,
a lot of boxers, they don't have relations before they fight because they need that extra testosterone
they
to
need that
win the fight.
energy. They need that
Yeah.
energy. Wow.
Honestly, I think it does that for both women and men.
I think women
Makes
is
the
the
legs
opposite
weak.
though. I feel like we're more powerful when we release.
Uh,
That's just my
You know
opinion.
what? Yeah.
like
I will say, yeah, I do.
only do
I have
backflips.
more
I
It's
remember I
energy.
like,
went to
I
an
will say
interview
I
one
have more. I'll
like
clean the next day a little bit more.
or about how about I managed to land a job and get a yes on a job interview because of that.
your pheromones are
Nice.
everywhere. Stinking up the office with your sexy ladiness,
Like yeah, it's like the men were of course it was a man that was hiring me, but it's like everybody man in there seemed like hypnotized when I came in. So
Wow, that's
yeah, that's
interesting.
hey yeah.
That's
So
good
yeah,
to
ladies
know.
listening, if you want to get something, if you want something specifically for yourself, go ahead and release, and then
hmm
you will have what you wanted. So
Yeah. Yep.
I like that. That's good advice.
Yeah.
hell
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I wake
yeah,
up
because I
earlier.
wake up earlier,
hmm
get in your own little zone, and
Yep. Yep. It
go for
works.
what you know.
Okay. That was too funny.
That was funny. I love it.
Okay. Mhm.
So
So
man, go ahead.
the
Sorry.
all right. So in reference to the chakra is there one specific chakra that's like needs constant maintenance, or is that for like all of them?
We want to work on balancing. That's one thing I do love about it. Is if there's a you want to work on balancing all of them. You get a chance to work on balancing them all. But
hmm
I always suggest that the the self journey or the spiritual journey is identifying which chakra that you need to work on most, because we all have a specific chakra individually that may need to be worked on more than the other.
hmm
But for the purpose of education, the root chakra is the foundation chakra. It's like the beginning chakra. If that chakra is not balanced, let's say it's at its lowest energy,
hmm
that can actually cause um, immobility. Like you won't be able to walk. Like let's say you'll have some neurological disability to where your legs don't work, because the root
Right.
hmm
chakra governs the legs, the bottom portion of our body physically. So if that energy is out of whack and is not working, our legs won't work. And possibly neurologically our mind, because we won't have the will to live. Like that's
hmm
where
Aww.
when the root chakra is really, 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 really low, you've lost the will to live. You live in fear. All you think about all the time is fearful thoughts. And so physically, you may neurologically become paralyzed.
hmm
Yikes. That makes sense. That makes a
Hmm.
whole lot
Okay.
of sense.
Hence the word root chakra. It's the roots. When you think about a plant, is the foundation of a plant. If the
hmm
roots are messed up, the plant will be messed up. I have had some plants that have gotten ruined due to the wind or to the sun, but
hmm
the roots were actually good enough to where I could revive the plant if I kept it in the shade or gave it more nutrients the next day. Whereas I've had other plants where I've ordered online and the roots got messed up because the person who sent them to me didn't prepare the roots properly, and I couldn't use them anymore. Like it's just like, okay, I
hmm
had to throw them away because the roots um, were damaged. The roots are the
Okay.
Ah,
most important thing.
yeah, that
Okay.
foundation is everything. That basement, if the
Yes.
house, if that basement ain't right, the house ain't gonna build up right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I, when you talk about the root chakra, I'm thinking about one of your teas called Princess Valeria,
Yes.
right?
Princess Valeria. Yep.
I've had Princess Valeria, and one of the ingredients is dandelion, which I
Yep.
Oh,
know
love
helps with
dandelion.
blood flow. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes, it
Okay.
does. It does. It also
So
helps with. Go ahead.
No. So
Okay.
that's
No.
what
You were
why I'm
telling your
figuring that's the
experience. I don't want to.
reason
My
why.
throat chakra, girl. I'm working on my throat chakra. Go ahead.
Yeah, check. I'm just saying, I that's what stood out to me when I ordered Princess Valeria, because of the dandelion and the blood flow and circulation, and getting the body in sync. So
Correct. Yes, it does. It does have that.
explain Valeria, Princess Valeria.
I love Princess Valeria. It's one of my favorite tea. It has a really interesting little stench. But
Mm-hmm.
valerian root is one of my favorite teas for iron. It helps with blood flow as well. It has a lot of
Mm.
iron in it, so
I
I
didn't know
will
that.
drink it. I will drink
Mm-hmm.
it. It also helps with restless leg syndrome. It helps with cold feet, like when your feet is cold. So I'll actually drink it when I am menstruating,
That's a good
so
time
that
to drink
way
it.
I can have enough iron to support that session.
Okay.
It also has hibiscus in it, which I love. I love it. It's a sweet
Mm.
red flower that we grow here in the
Mm-hmm.
garden and dry it. And all of the ingredients came to me specifically for valerian, um, based off of the benefits and what they can do in their taste.
Mm-hmm.
And with Princess Valeria, the taste and the color turns red as soon as it gets hot.
Yes.
Was one of the things that like got got me up in the morning, like, okay, because that seeing that red in the representation of the root chakra. um
Mm-hmm.
it's probably something I drink maybe every other day because it's so delicious. The hibiscus makes it taste so good. But yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
valerian root, dandelion, and hibiscus are all really good herbs for helping with that blood flow. Valerian is also good for relaxation, like
Mm.
relaxing your body.
Mm-hmm.
It's renowned for like grounding properties and making it an ideal herb specifically for the root chakra, because the root chakra, one of the main functions when balanced is we feel grounded. We feel like we belong here. We feel um, connected to the earth. So by
Mm-hmm.
consuming valerian root tea, we can promote feelings of stability and security within ourselves. Valerian root, it helps with establishing a strong foundation and rooted feelings, like feeling like we're solid, because it also gives you like a little sleepy feeling. It helps
Mm-hmm. Very
relax you and make
relaxing.
you feel a little
Mm-hmm.
sleepy.
Yeah.
So you will feel a little grounded. So that's one thing I like about the valerian root. And the
Okay.
affirmations themselves are really good to help anyone who's looking to work on balancing their root chakra. One of the main things about the root chakra, when it's not balanced, we don't feel like we belong here. Sometimes people
Yeah.
will feel like, taking their lives, ended it all. I can't
Mm-hmm.
do it anymore. I give up. This isn't for
Mm-hmm.
me. So feeling safe and secure is a really good
Yes.
affirmation, just to say that
That's
to help.
that's one of
Hmm.
the affirmations I have here. I am safe in my body.
Good.
And
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I get like a little upset about things and stuff like that, I have to remind myself that, I am my happy place, you know.
Nice.
So
Yes.
yeah, we got two comments.
Okay.
Let's grab
Yeah. Let's
them. So
go.
we got this pyro pyro gem. Welcome.
Hey guys, I totally respect, you know, your practice and everything like that. But I just want to say, with valerian root, it's not something that you should be messing around with, because valerian root is also something that can induce mental health issues, and it's also something that can induce heart issues, and it's also something that can it can mess with your being, basically. I can give you more information if you're willing to listen, but you know, it's up to you.
Oh yeah, well that's with anything. I mean, drinking too much water as well is too much, bad for you as well. I know people that, drunk a bunch of know of cases where people drunk a bunch of water and they are no longer with us. So it's all about moderation. Especially Princess P did mention that she'll do that every other day, not every day. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you want to do moderation, and with any herb, and I'm glad for that comment. I don't mean to cut you
Oh
off.
yeah.
You want to look at what is beneficial for you. So that
Mm-hmm.
comment was actually 100% correct. All
Yeah.
of the herbs have the ability to cause mental psychosis. If you are currently dealing with psychosis, if you have
Mm-hmm.
a pre-existing diagnosis of cognitive disorders, you want to pay attention to the herbs that you are putting in your body. So if that is something that you are currently dealing with, or someone, I would suggest that you see therapist or a doctor before ingesting valerian root or nettle or any other herbs that might
Princess
have some
Nettie.
effects. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These herbs are strong. And I list all of the ingredients for a reason, because if you do have allergies or you have pre-existing conditions, you want to look into that prior to doing any regimen. Princess Nettie is one that I do not suggest anyone pregnant to drink, because it is a light cleanse and it can induce labor pains. But
Mm-hmm.
valerian root is thought to be very effective for anxiety because it has compounds that help calm the nervous system. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
great nervous system relaxer. But in the same sentence, like she said, if you're already dealing with neurological issues, you want to make sure you're aware of if valerian root is a good herb for you or not, or if you want to stick with something a little bit more calming like lavender. So,
Oh
yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
a
yeah.
very
love
good one.
lavender. I drink that only at night when I intentionally want to go to sleep. Like I will just
Same.
drink lavender. I'm ready to go to
Same.
bed.
Yeah, I guess speaking of
Yes.
Same.
which, I do have some lavender.
I
We
Yeah.
have
had
two more
lavender last
coming.
night.
Yeah.
Grab
Like I'm done with the world. I want to go to bed. I drink
a
Princess
real.
Lavender. Yes. All right. So which one is your best selling tea? Which
Oh
princess?
gosh, that's a good question. So according to the internet, because it'll show which one
Okay.
is my best one, um,
Mm-hmm.
the best one is Princess Ruby.
Princess
It's
Ruby is what I was gonna say. That is the one I buy on repeat. I buy the pack, the multi pack, but I buy Princess Ruby or I buy Princess Ginger. So yeah, but Princess Ruby, I
yeah,
love it.
yeah, they love that one, and I get it because it's safe. It's really safe. It doesn't have
Mhm.
the strongest herbs as the other ones, but it's fast. Like it
Mhm.
works right away if you have a tummy ache. Like,
Mhm.
okay,
It
here you go.
certainly does, and that's why I ordered it. I ordered it because I was like, I have a problem with my stomach. I have hypothyroidism, a very slow digestion process, slow metabolism. So I use Princess Ruby to help with that, and I feel great after. I don't feel heavy. I feel like I can take on the world. I feel powerful. I
Nice.
feel
Yes.
good. So I'm so thank I've been using Princess Ruby for a little over a year now, and yeah, it makes me happy. So
I
Oh,
just
love
want to
it,
nice.
and
let
I've
you
seen
know.
a lot of the videos you posted about your experience, your
Hmm.
because you were trying to get your stomach right, like you didn't want to have
Hmm.
uncomfortable experience, and I
Hmm.
shared it on my page. I was like, this is kind of cool that it was able to help you in that way, not just a delicious tea, like you actually had
Hmm.
some health experiences that you benefited from.
Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful.
I
I
love
was
that.
like, I once when I had it, I was like, I'm sold. I'll only drink this tea. Lipton who? Like so yes.
No,
Yeah.
no cap. Honestly, when I first started selling tea, I would drink Princess Ruby all the time because
Hmm.
I my schedule hadn't been set like it is now. So wasn't making tea like in a sketch. I was making tea all the time. I was like up all the
Hmm.
time, and I wasn't saying like, okay, I'm only going to do my orders on this day. So I was eating bad. I was eating fast food, and I would
Hmm.
drink Princess Ruby to help with the
Cleanse.
stomach issues. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
It
Oh.
would, and it was instant. I would like eat something bad, and the next day I was like on my stomach, and I would drink Princess Ruby and gone right away. So
Yeah, and I feel like because I don't really eat towards the bad, and I try to eat things that my body can digest, right? That it still helps because I have issues with how do you say those cruciferous plants, vegetables, cruciferous
got you.
vegetables. I have issues with them, so it helps me get that out of my system because those things can work on my joints and make me miserable if I eat it.
Yeah,
So, yeah, Princess Ruby's the bomb.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love it. I love it.
All right. All right. So you already explained how the affirmations came into play. Like it basically you needed the affirmation and it worked on you, and that's the reason why you created the affirmations with your herbal teas. So what's on your farm?
So we
Tell me about your
grow
farm.
we grow peas year around, hence the Princess Peas Garden.
Mhm.
In addition to the peas, we grow a lot of produce for our house. And then we have an indoor greenhouse which grows all of the herbs because Vegas is really hot. So the
Mhm.
herbs don't do well outside.
Mhm.
On the farm, we are growing a sunflower labyrinth that will hopefully get more people to know about Princess Peace Garden and open up to the community, where we will do a pick and pull different things that we're growing, like pumpkins, pick and pull watermelon, pick and pull, even if they wanted to pick and pull like aloe vera, and take it
Oh,
for
Mm.
burns and other elements that they want to use. So that's kind of the concept. But we're trying to grow as much as we can in the desert because it's so
okay.
hot.
110 degrees.
Yes, yeah,
That's,
it
that's,
is. We are creating a oasis out here. It gets
yeah.
really hot, but we've been
I'm just like,
fortunate with
how do you
this.
deal with the rain or lack thereof?
We get rain. No, we get
Yeah.
rain. It's not a lot, but we water. We got water hoses,
Mhm.
but we also are attached to the Lake Mead River. We've got the Hoover
Oh.
Dam. We've got
Mhm.
the water. It's just the heat that makes it a little hard to keep things growing. So if it's not shaded properly, it won't grow properly, and
Okay.
that's why I was saying the wind sometimes can be a problem because it will blow away a lot of farmers' shading if it's not professionally, and that can be very
Okay.
costly.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. We
Yes,
got
yes,
7
yes.
comments. 8
All right.
comments.
I see. I see.
All right, let's grab them real quick.
And that sleepy feeling that you feel is something that is basically equated to weed.
Mhm.
So
Pretty cool.
except it has more harmful effects than weed.
Mhm.
You don't have to listen to me. You can go and do your own research, but I'm just telling you.
Okay.
All
Well,
right, thanks.
I don't smoke weed. I guess that's as
Huh, yeah, I
closest
don't know
to
what that.
weed I'll get.
All right, let's
Yeah.
grab another comment.
That whole feeling of like, that whole thing when someone says, oh, this person wanted to take their life and now they don't, blah blah blah, that's actually like a mental dullness, and you can literally look that up. It's kind of like, it's like, oh, someone wants to take their life but now they don't because they have
Mhm.
a lobotomy or some shit. It's like,
Uh-huh.
you need to be careful. Like, you can't, not everybody can take that. Not everybody can take this substance, you know. Not everyone is built to take that substance, especially people that are already experiencing like mental health issues or something. They are not built to take that substance.
Mhm.
Good advice.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a comment from Chelsea.
In the same vein that she just shared, lavender is, we all know like the common benefits, but I think it also might be a phytoestrogen. I might be using the wrong term, but basically it might have that effect of increasing your estrogen or mimicking estrogen or something along those effects. So if you have any conditions where, like PCOS or any kind of hormonal conditions, you want to be just aware of how much you're consuming, and especially in conjunction with everything else going on in your body.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I
Absolutely.
figured, a lot of people, who take medication, there's always going to be something that's going to conflict with it. So,
Yes.
like you said earlier, Princess P, seek your doctor if you know you have issues
Oh
with,
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
herbs of any kind.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I always say study to show thyself. For anyone
Mm-hmm.
who's read the Bible, it's a scripture, and you should know about yourself. If you have any
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
issues or any allergies or any, um, if you have reactions to certain things, look
Mm-hmm.
into it. Be cautious. Prevent yourself from having a situation that might be harmful by taking the necessary steps to know what your body can and cannot take. There's certain
Mm-hmm.
Oh
things
yeah,
that I
absolutely.
cannot eat. I cannot eat meat. I cannot. It will have
Mm-hmm.
the worst effect. So before
Mm-hmm.
I eat anything, I ask, is it meat in it, or how is this made? Just to prevent those situations from occurring.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And these herbs are strong. I'm glad we're getting the feedback that we're getting, because a lot of people don't take herbs seriously. They
Oh
do
yeah.
not. They sleep on the power of herbs.
Mm-hmm.
Lavender, like she was saying, is so beneficial. Valerian is strong. Nettle is strong.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're looking for an alternative to medicine or pills, herbs might be the thing for you, depending on what you're trying to work on.
Okay. I had a
All
question about
right.
licorice.
Okay.
Licorice. What is the benefit of licorice? It tastes funny.
The candy or the tea? You think that the tea
I
tastes
chew on the
good?
licorice bark.
Is that what it is? I don't
I
know.
chew well, I chew
It
on the
t-
licorice bark so I won't bite
one
my
of the
nails.
one of the teas has licorice in it, I think, and I'm just like, I can't get with it. I drink it, but I'm
That's
just
probably
like,
the ashwagandha, Princess Ashwa.
is that the Princess Ashwa? I'm like, oh my god, like okay,
Oh.
I'm surprised you can actually taste the licorice in that one, because there is a lot going on in that tea
I know.
specifically.
Well, I
But
can
yeah,
taste the
no,
licorice.
licorice offers a wide range of benefits. Like, it's good
Mm-hmm.
for vitamin B, vitamin B2, 3, 5. It has vitamin E, and that's good for our hair. Um,
Okay.
you've also got like different minerals such as like calcium, which is good for your bones,
Ooh,
iron,
yes.
magnesium, potassium, zinc. What else? So there's so many different benefits. So, but if you're not a licorice person, I get it. Like, I don't like black licorice at all. I'm
I
like,
hate
ugh,
it.
ooh,
I'm like, I'm gonna
ugh.
drink this tea, but I'm not gonna like it.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, the ashwagandha. So you probably got the other version. I'm glad you said that, because I have
mm-hmm.
actually been making it with mango now. So you don't
Ooh.
really taste the licorice as much as you taste the mango. But Princess Ashwa has a lot going on, because of the benefits in the sacral chakra that are needed. The sacral chakra
Mm-hmm.
governs the reproductive system. And so
Mm.
all of those things are really good to have in there for when working on the sacral chakra.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I did
but
notice there was like a longer list for at the Princess Ashwa.
yeah, it's a lot going on in that
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. You want to get the next comment?
Oh yeah, we got like 7 more minutes left. So
I
we're
know.
gonna
A
do our
minute a
best to
comment.
get to every comment. But if we don't get to your comment, please don't feel any type of way. We only here for like an hour.
Okay.
Anything that is literally calming your nervous system is something that you should probably be wary of. Kind of like alcohol or weed, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That you
Mm-hmm.
should be wary of these things, because you can find alcohol naturally, and you can find, obviously weed, that's a herb, whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
anything that's gonna calm your nervous system like that in such a rapid way, you should be careful before you're taking anything like that.
Mm.
Anything like that. And honestly, like, I have nothing against anyone's business or anything like that, anyone's business model or whatever. But I'm just saying you should probably let people know, like, in a very strong way, if you are going through certain things or whatever, like, you should. Hold on, are you saying valerian root is good for stomach aches? When it literally can induce stomach aches. Seriously? Are you saying that? Please. You can literally look this shit up right now. I'm not talking shit. It can literally induce aches.
Ready?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're having like pains in your stomach or something, that's a sign that something is wrong. You don't want something to cause dullness in you, or to cause, more pain. You want something that's going to, you want to do something that you probably need to change your diet of some sort, or maybe you might have some sort of illness or something like that. Like, I just feel like the first thing that people should do before they want to even indulge in these kind of medicines, they're not even medicines, I mean, in these herbs, sorry, the first thing people need to do is they need to consult their physician. That's the first thing they need to do, and get tests. Because your body showing you pain is your way of your body telling you something's not right.
Are you talking about my stomach? I wasn't experiencing pain. I have a slow metabolism. I have hypothyroidism. I communicated with my doctor about, trying herbs, and he said to drink the tea. The tea looks like it would work for you. So that's why I drank the tea, and I still do today. So I think, like you said, communicating with somebody, specifically a doctor, about what you're planning on doing is the best direction to go. So yes, you're right. But pain, I didn't experience pain. I wasn't experiencing anything. I was not getting any movements. It would happen periodically. So that's why I take the tea. Okay.
All right. So we got some more comments.
Can I also ask if any of you guys are in the medical field, so you can suss out any other issues before you give people these medicines? Can you tell people that they're fine before you give them this? Just asking.
I mean, there's, if the people decide to take the herbs, that's their choice to do that. We're not, Princess P's not here telling people that to take her herbs is a one all be all, that you'll be cured of anything. She shared her story. I know that you probably got here later in the time, later than, so she basically told her story on how she overcame depression, and
Mm-hmm.
her putting her tea business together, Princess P's Tea.
Mm-hmm.
She talked about how she experienced depression, and she started going into the affirmations, and her business model is incorporating these teas, different type of teas that can help assist the different type of chakras in the body. So I know
Mm-hmm.
you probably missed that. So I totally get, your curiosity with these questions.
Okay.
Right. And I think it's great that, she mentioned it highly, enforcing the strength of the herbs, which, I think that's kind of what we are saying. We're saying take awareness of your body and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
what you need and what you don't need. But pushing fear, it isn't what we're trying to do. I never want to tell anyone, that if they take this herb or that herb, this is going to happen to them, because medical profession or not, which I'm a herbalist and a student of cognitive behavioral psychiatry, I can't
Mm-hmm.
say that this is going to work. What works for me is going to work for you. There's no one shoe fits all. You
Right.
have to know what you're working with, what your body type is, what your blood type is, to be able to say if this is going to work for you or not. So
Mm-hmm.
they're all suggestions. And I actually have a self discovery quiz on my website for anyone to take to decide whether or not some of the chakras that they have in their body may be imbalanced, and if some of these herbs can work for them, because these herbs have all been studied and
Mm-hmm.
tested to work on certain areas of the chakra systems they're associated with. And you can all
Mm-hmm.
find this information on my website at princesspeasgarden.com with links and also different sources, resources for where the information was obtained. But
Okay.
no, for sure, informing people of the health risks are important. But one of the reasons why we wanted to come on this show today was to share the benefits of the herbs and the benefits of
Mm-hmm.
affirmations and the positiveness that can come out of it, opposed to some of the things that we're working with in our life that might be negative. And those are the things that you want to work on personally
Yeah.
and say, okay, this isn't working for me, or, let me
Mm-hmm.
try something else.
Yeah, because I have people that smoke weed, and they're like, "Hey, you should smoke weed." I know how weed treats me, and therefore I will not smoke weed. So I think, as you're the person who's looking at Princess Peace teas, and you're looking at the different types of teas and the ingredients, and then you're like, "Oh, that's not going to work for me." That's
Yeah.
that's it. That's basically
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And I know
Yeah, if
some
it
of this
doesn't
stuff
work for
won't
you,
work
move
for
on.
me.
Say, this
Yeah.
doesn't work for me. I have an
Absolutely.
issue in this area and it wouldn't work for me. Okay, well, good, good.
Hmm.
There's so many
Yeah.
other different herbs or different teas that you can work with.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We only have time
Okay.
for one more comment to grab. I do apologize, everyone, but we try to keep
Okay.
this under an hour here. But we'll grab Chelsea
Has anyone
comment.
else been frustrated with going to physicians and wanting to discuss something or wanting to discuss supplements you're taking, and they just have
Hmm.
no idea what you're talking about, even when they're not like obscure ones and they're just things that are like, very like popular maybe within like a certain condition that they specialize in, and you're wondering like, how is it they've never heard of this? Like, maybe
Oh,
it's an American thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
feel like, certain professions, when they're studying, or when they're trying to keep up with their practice, there's only certain things that they go to get their information. You know, like we had the last person we had on our show, the chiropractor company. They were their their practice is was holistic. It was like a mixture of what they were doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't just like what they learned as chiropractors, but they learned holistic things as well. So it depends on who you go to, and
Yeah.
what kind of information they're opening themselves up to.
Yeah. Because I remember
You
I
know.
used to go to this holistic doctor. Um,
Mm,
her goal was, she's the one that actually put me on to like the vitamin D supplement. And
mm-hmm.
but her thing was to at least try the herbals, not necessarily the herbal, but the holistic stuff first. And then if that's not working, then we're gonna switch over to, the prescription drugs,
I
because
and,
for
and
like
and
me,
that's what
that.
they said, and
That's
that's what he
yeah,
said.
nice.
That's
yeah,
what the chiropractor We Care Chiro said in their thing. They were going to go through all the holistic stuff first before they suggest pain medications or even surgery. So, you know, I think, you know, it depends on the doctor you go to,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
and what they believe in.
also I know my current physician now. I've been with her for some years now. She has diagnosed me with thyroid issues or whatever, but I don't take anything for that
Hmm.
thyroid. I'm like, no, I'm not taking anything. I'll just For me, that's my decision on what I choose to do with my body. I'll just take my
Mhm.
vitamin D, work out, make sure I eat right so that my body's absorbing, the vitamin D, make sure I'm resting right. And I'm not on any prescription drugs at 42. So
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
oh man,
good. That's
this is a
good.
great show, man. I love it.
Mhm.
It was good.
Yes.
It went by so
I
fast.
I know.
know.
Hour is really quick hour. All right.
Yeah.
This is cool.
So man, yeah, we got some really good information here.
Mhm.
Definitely if you guys want to follow Princess P, I definitely recommend it. And by the way, where can everyone find you, Princess P?
Yes, you can find me at princesspeasgarden.com. That's
Mhm.
Princess Peas, like the Peas,
Mhm.
garden.com.
Okay.
Ooh, yes. And
And
Azima,
there
where
you'll
can
be able to
everyone?
find
Oh,
all of the
sorry.
teas, all of the ingredients. I even have
Yes.
videos for every single herb that has been
Yeah.
listed in the tea. So you can
Mhm.
learn about each individual herb, the benefits, the pros, the cons,
Mhm.
and some of the side effects. So for any
Mhm.
of those listeners who do have questions, it's right there on the website for you.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good.
Azima, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram as Azima the Only. That's Azima the Only. And you can find me on YouTube and Facebook as Ozidi Wellness and Fitness. That's Ozidi Wellness and Fitness. And where can we find you, Jovani?
So yeah, that's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Camp Jogofit. That's KampJogofit. And also, if you want to, not if, but I know you want to, because also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wine Fine Podcast, where you could listen to older episodes. Especially recommend listening to the last episode we have about spine health. We had a licensed couple, married couple of chiropractors, and yes, they were giving some really good information. So I definitely recommend tuning into that show. And again, Princess P, I so appreciate you
Thank you for having
coming on with
me.
Thank you for
us.
stopping by. Appreciate
Yeah,
It
it.
was so
definitely want
fun.
to.
And feel free to invite me in the future for
Yes,
any
I was
other
just
No
about to
problem.
say, I
topics.
definitely want to have you in the future as well, too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. We can do it. I'm excited.
Thank you for the
Yes, and
hearts.
yeah, thanks for the hearts, people. Love it. All
Okay,
right,
Thank you
cool.
so
for all the questions.
yes,
Thank
so we are
you.
after that hour mark, y'all.
Yes, we
Um,
are.
I hope y'all have a good night, and we'll definitely be here same time next week. And y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.
Happy Father's Day.
Bye. Happy
Happy
Bye.
Father's
Father's Day.
Day.